I was a teenage pup and I had my first dark dream. I witnessed something that I've never witnessed before. It was a vision about stepping it even more up with this YouTube channel, yes. I'm not talking about the solo live streams where I teach you guys all the little tricks in the book. No. What I just created is an advanced, superior, secret, incredible system where I bring airbrushes together and reunite them and battle it out for once and for all. Who is the best? I don't know. Let's find out, shall we? Ladies and gentlemen, the live airbrush battle will start in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I cannot do this shit anymore. I'm too old for this shit. Goddamn. Welcome to yet another live battle. Wow. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is yet another live battle between W. Leon and BrushStrokez.
Yay!
Brothers, I need your mic input sound. Talk.
How do I sound?
Hello. Hi, I'm Cat Black.
Hello.
Are the mics versus the music modified? I need to know.
I don't know.
You don't know, but you are the talker, brother. Clatter is in the chat saying, and we're off. Chicky Gisela saying, I'm good, thanks to you. Terry Young, Rosie. Even kijken. Yeah, I think we're good to go now. Check the snack supplies. Yeah. Let's see the chat. Pigment Splatter, can you let me know if the mic of me, W. Leon and BrushStrokez is modified? I need to know before the battle is going to.
Can you hear us?
Is it mighty fine?
Now we wait.
How is the mic?
You're like 10 seconds away.
Yeah, I know. It's quality or no lag. It's a tough choice.
Quality.
I think we're good to go now. We're good to go. Yeah, I think we're gonna start the battle, no? Gentlemen. Alright, Pigment Splatter is in here, except a vice. What is a vice, brothers? I need to know. If I knew what a vice was, I could have left it. Alright, brothers, are you guys ready for the battle?
Yes, sir.
W. Leon, are you ready for the battle?
Oh, go for it! I'm just trying to find an airbrush.
Yep. Alright, let's go. Goodbye.
Live airbrush battle activated. Ladies and gentlemen, please fasten those seatbelts because this could be a hell of a trip. Introducing W. Leon versus BrushStrokez. Counter set to 2 hours. Live airbrush battle starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Time
Oh, wow, 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 wow. It is on. Like Donkey Kong.
All right, we ready?
We're ready. We're ready.
Ready. Ready.
Charlotte Hendrickson is saying battle. And Pigment Splatter
Battle.
is saying W. Leon is doing it freehand. Are you doing it freehand, W. Leon? Do tell.
I don't know. Trying to figure out what I'm doing. My stuff, like, move it around. Need to go back to my easel. Hello, I'm Cat Black, and I'm here today to demonstrate my technique.
Big music for the reference picture. Yeah. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, but this is the reference picture. A dragon eye. W. Leon, can you? No, I can do this. Yes, Pigment Splatter. I for 9.
Yeah, it's an I.
All right, but we're starting with the. What is your approach, Bill? Do tell.
Put some paint down.
The best. Yeah. Hey, you are a damn pro.
Yep, I'm gonna put some paint down. That's about all I know. Actually, I'm gonna come in here and do just a little bit of my blacks around the eye, just so I can gauge some color, because I haven't even really approached this. Look at it, so I'm gonna. Well, first thing I'm gonna do is get this airbrush spraying right before I mess this all up, because you can tell that's not spraying crap.
The BrushStrokez, what is your approach? Starting with the light?
Winging it. I have never did anything like this. I've never did a color picture like this other than in a class where I was instructed. So, big challenge here.
Do you guys think it is possible to do this piece within an hour?
Within an hour?
Yeah, not very good though.
I could do it within 2.
Like quality-wise also?
Maybe if I'd have prepped out a little bit first.
A dragon eye, it's a dragon eye. Ain't gonna lie, it's a dragon eye. Hey, the music is pretty low though.
I don't even hear it anymore.
No. Fully focused on the job, on the mission. W. Leon, what kind of airbrush is that though? Is that an Iwata?
No, that is an Olympus.
Olympus.
That is Olympus Micron. But I'm gonna have to dump these paints and mix some paint because these are not spraying right. Not spraying good right now. Then I don't have my other airbrush with me, and I'm sitting in a really bad position, so I need to tilt my easel up a little bit, and I may have to stop and do that in a second.
How many excuses are you gonna bring tonight?
Reconfigure my camera.
BrushStrokez pigment splatter is saying what color you starting with.
I'm using FreeHX illustration, and that's just yellow.
And Charlotte is saying, where does BrushStrokez get his name from?
I wanted something unique and something that was easy to remember, and I could have my last name initial in it, and that's why there's a Z on the end.
Oh,
And my daughter's initials are actually in BrushStrokez in order to the HKZ. There's drips on those letters, and they don't stand out. Just to show the symbolism of them.
is that site website also is it online, or are you still working on it?
Yeah. No, I updated it some last week actually.
Leon is way too quiet over there. That's way too dangerous also. What are you up to?
Well, I don't have many lines drawn, so I've got to kind of figure out where everything belongs. You know how I am. I'm like, oh, we got all the time in the world, man.
Until the last 10 minutes.
So what I'll probably do is cover this section around the eye and then work on the eye a little bit here in a minute.
Pigment splatter is saying on the paper. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen, on the paper. William Hull. Hull. Oh yeah, I made it. My first live battle. Cherry Pop.
Oh, yeah. Welcome.
Welcome to the live battle.
Yeah, and thank you everybody that's watching for joining in. Appreciate having you here.
Yeah, I think I saw it in the Facebook groups, no? I hear the sound of a compressor. The best sound in the world. Alright, BrushStrokez is going with the oranges, I think. And the oranges. Working the color wheel. So how's the Olympus Airbrush spin? Is it comparable with Awada?
Yeah, I don't like the size of the cup. It gets in the way of my finger. You can see that there. But yeah, it's every bit as good as a Micron, Olympus Awada Micron.
Never spoke with Olympus. Charlotte is saying, question for both. What was your most exciting project?
Ever?
Mine was my first battle with Souldogs.
Yeah.
Man, that's
Good
tough question. Most exciting project ever. You know, if I had to say my most exciting project ever, it was probably some years ago, and it was a picture, and it wasn't that it was that exciting, but I will say when I first started learning how to get skin tones right by stacking skin tones, the first time I ever got skin tones correct was a pretty exciting moment.
So what is the secret behind skin tone project?
Well, that all skin tones are composed of many layers, and the secret behind skin tones, there's no secret. It's just there's a lot of layers to skin tones, and understanding some of that the skin tones have multiple colors in it, sticking with the concept and understanding you have to really stack them to get them to look good.
What is your mix ratio? What colors you mix for white skin tone, or however you want to call that? Like
for a Caucasian skin tone, generally I start out with, if I'm using creative illustration, I would start out with, and I actually made up a bottle of my own. It's about 15 drops of white and 1 drop of dark sienna, and that is my first base layer. Then from there, I'll usually wind up adding a little bit of a red to that, and then I'll have sometimes mix, that'll be my base. I'll mix blue violet, red violet, sometimes a little bit of green, just depending on how dirty the skin tone needs to be. I might put some blue in there. So those are the colors that I use. But blue violet is really good to see those dark shadows. Mix just a little bit of blue violet in with your original skin tone color. Make a really nice dirty skin tone. That dirty portion of your skin from pores and stuff like that. But I mean, that's, every skin tone is different. So, but that's, it gets you in the ballpark.
What would you use for the shading on skin tone? A transparent or a opaque?
My favorite way to work is with transparency because it's much faster. But from a standpoint of easier to fix and easier to get the skin tones right, it's much easier to work with opaques. But I personally work with transparent, but I'm used to working with them but it's faster. But if I really, really have to worry about some accuracy, and I'm having a hard time, then I will definitely go to mixing with opaques. Opaque is far easier.
I agree on that one.
Sometimes I'll do opaque with, I'll mix opaques and then shift it in the end with transparency.
Did you ever try Tim Gore's skin or his set?
I have the Bloodline illustration colors. I don't like them. And
They are completely different than normal illustrations. It feels like
Yeah, they're not the same. Well, they're dirty is the problem with them. They're tertiary colors, so they've been mixed. So they took Createx illustration and they mixed colors together from the illustration line to make some opaques and some semi-opaques. And the problem with that is if you start mixing the colors, they get muddy really fast. And they don't spray quite as nice as the basic illustrations, as your regular illustrations.
Yeah.
But that's just because they're more opaque.
Yeah. I agree to a certain point. I gotta admit that those paints are really good to lay down as a base.
Oh, they've got their uses, but and if you can work with the colors out of the bottle, they're fine. But if you start mixing from those colors, you got to be careful because it can get really muddy really fast.
Chicky Chinchilla is saying like the way you both approaching the piece differently. You can watch. And airbrushing by Nick, yeah. Also in the chat, they're saying, "Oi, I believe this is." That's joking. Dutch clock time. How you doing, Nick? Good help. Dutch clock time is way more different than every other piece on the planet or place on the planet. That's the toughest thing with this battle is that I need to know about every damn time frame.
Well, it's not that hard.
If people could,
it is a study.
if people could do their own, it ain't that difficult if people would just be willing to look up world time clock, which is, takes all of 30 seconds to find.
I ain't got no time for that, brother.
Obviously, I've not drawn that in, so I'm totally lost.
But I've heard in America alone there is like a lot of time frames in America alone.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we have more than one time frame.
That is crazy.
Yeah, but your country's like the size of a city in America.
Yeah. So what is the most awesome part of America?
No comment.
Trump 2020. Oh, what's the most awesome part of America? What's cool about America is not the same all the way across. And that's, what a lot of people from other countries don't really understand about America is it is composed of so many different areas. It's like, almost like traveling, like you guys travel from country to country, just like it's nothing, because your countries are smaller and you're used to that. Well, in America, and so you get to see the different cultures in different countries close to you. Well, in America, we have kind of the same thing. If you go from New York to California, it's a totally different culture. Everything's different. And if you go from Louisiana, New Orleans, Louisiana, and that's way different than pretty much anything anywhere else in the United States. So that's what's cool about America is there's a lot of different parts of America. Not only like there's different climates, there's different cultures. Like I've been all over the United States, and a lot of people. It's funny because there's a lot of people in the United States haven't even traveled within their own country, and don't have any idea of what it's like. 200 miles away from where they're at, and 200 miles here is nothing. It's a day trip. It's
And how is the airbrushing scene in America? Is it also like completely different in one state than the other, or is it like a general?
Oh yeah, like if you were to go down to Florida, then airbrush t-shirts are still big in Florida. But if you go other places, not so much unless you're by theme parks. But if you go to California, it's all about custom cars, lowrider graphics, and things like that. And you go to other places in the United States, and it really, is not that prevalent. It's not well represented, I should say, outside of California and Florida. It's not that big, and it's funny because people looking at the United States that I know when they talk about airbrushing, man, y'all got everything. Not really.
So what is the money?
If you stop and think about how big it is.
What is like a really big request in your town or your area? What is really like a booming business over there, as you will? When it comes to airbrush?
I would let you know if I could find what's a good booming business here in my town. Because here's the thing is, with car wraps, vehicle wraps and all that, you don't get the automotive stuff that you used to get. I do some motorcycles and I do some helmets, but my big money maker, I don't even advertise it as airbrushing. So I do a lot, as some of you guys know, I do a lot of pet portraits, but nobody really pays attention. People that know me know that I do it with an airbrush, but I don't like advertise it as airbrush painting.
BrushStrokez, what is a bit like when it comes to airbrush? What customers want over there? What is you get it, right?
Yeah, I wish I knew.
Sure, yeah.
I haven't had a customer in like 3 months.
What was the last customer job that you did?
Quarter scale dirt late model car.
Car. Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome.
A little small one. It was a race car. And I painted our local hockey team.
Alright.
Their logo. And that was my first clear coat too.
How was that going?
The clear coat? It went good. I used Spray Max. Watch Leon's video.
Oh, the Ken version.
Dude, that Spray Max clear coat is the bomb.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, that is true.
What people overlook about it, it's expensive to buy a can of Spray Max.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, I've got spray guns and stuff. But currently I don't have my booth, so I don't have my big compressor set up here. I used to have a shop that I worked with, so I don't have that right now. So you go out and you buy a good spray gun and a good compressor, and then you buy a desiccant filter and all that.
Cleaning materials.
And right now you're $1,500 in. You can buy a lot of Spray Max spray cans for $1,500, dude.
That is true, but it is an investment for a long time.
And what people don't realize is when I get done with that can, I don't have to waste any more solvents. I don't have to waste any cleaners cleaning it out. All that stuff adds up. All your cleaners and everything, being able to walk away and just like take the gun, you toss it, toss the can. I save money. Literally, it is cheaper for me to use cans on a lot of projects and throw it away on my smaller projects than it is for me to deal with the cleanup and everything and have to buy all the stuff for it.
So if you got a motorcycle, you will clear coat that entirely with the Spray Max can.
I told people in my video, I did my son's motorcycle 100%. His whole motorcycle in Spray Max 2K.
How many cans did that took you?
4 cans for his entire motorcycle.
That is not a lot, though.
No, because the cans, if you buy them in a 6-pack, you get them for like less than $20 a can. So yeah, so think about that.
Well, if Spray Max is watching right now, it's only good vibes and good words. Feel free to send 20,000 boxes of spray cans to W. Leon and BrushStrokez.
I'll take them.
Yeah, and I mean small motorcycle parts and stuff. The fact that I don't have to go out and deal with getting a compressor set up and all that, because if I had a spray booth sitting here, it'd be different. If you have your spray booth and you got all that stuff, well, that's a different story. But if you don't have all that stuff, people don't realize how expensive that is. Even if you're going to use a cheap spray gun, let's say you decide you're going to go buy one of them $20 spray guns. They make them, and you can get by with it. It will work. So go buy you a $20 spray gun, and then buy the solvents and buy all that stuff that you're going to have in it, and you're a couple $100. And if you're just doing one project, and it goes a lot farther, and it sprays really well. It's low pressure. Yeah, that stuff's awesome, man.
Yeah, it is.
And once activated, you can spray it for 48 hours. Right?
If you put it in the fridge, even longer.
I cleared this with it too. How did you clean it?
Yeah, you can get it even longer than 48 hours in it if you put it in the fridge. If you got a fridge that nobody's gonna get mad at you for putting. I got a can sitting in my fridge right now.
Really? Does it really work that good though?
Yeah, because urethane won't, the activator won't work under 60 degrees. Urethane won't clear out, or won't cure. Roughly 60 degrees. Probably closer to, 56 or something, but yeah, that's Fahrenheit, not Celsius. All right, I don't have no more lines on that, so what I'm going to do, make my life easier.
Make your life easier, bro.
I'm just going to start with some of my color stuff.
I wish I need to see. Dog can hardly hear what you're saying. Oh, really? Sorry, brother. Is this better? Better? Bleep, blap, bloop. Check.
Got to clean up the overspray because I was stupid.
Alright, niggas, is this better, the microphone? I think it is, no? No. Let's check it out. No, the mic is low as hell. Well, this is the best I can do for you, brother. Is it in the next room? No, it is in front of me. I don't know what's up. In the beginning it was good, but I also can see that my levels are
are lowering at, I don't know what, but my mic, I don't know, it's just...
So yeah, so our audience, what's up with our audience?
Yeah, they had some good questions. I was liking those questions. Bring them on.
So Mike said that was disappointing for 4 hours, huh?
Yeah.
Well, you tell him, just tell him. Come on, tell him to take a picture. I'll take him anytime.
Right?
I already know who he is. I mean, I know
Really?
him. So,
Yeah, I've been.
I mean, I don't know him well, but I know who he is. Like, tell him anytime. Come on. I'll gladly let him pick a picture. Whatever he wants to do. 4 hours. Heck, we'll do 2 hours if we'd like to. Whatever he wants. I don't care.
Well, if he's watching, then he knows. Just Z-Man is saying, hey!
What's up?
Hey Nick, is the microphone better right now? I tried my best on getting this mic working. Is it better?
Was that a response on your channel?
Yeah, under the video, the second round of the last battle, you know, with the blue girl.
Oh, well, I'll just go by his channel and be like, hey, dude, you got any balls?
Haters are gonna hate, brother. Haters are gonna
Like, you
hate.
got any balls? Come show me. Come show me your skills.
Chinny, welcome to the live Airbrush battle. And she or he is saying, very cool. I always love seeing the results of different styles. Yes! Positive vibes.
I'm just making stuff up because, well, somebody didn't bother getting a sketch done. Not saying who. Oh, I guess I don't have anybody else to blame. You know, it sucks when you got problems and you can't blame somebody else for them. Isn't that the way it is nowadays? You're supposed to blame somebody else for all your problems.
Right?
I'll use my little stencil just to add some textures in there. Most of that'll get buried anyway, so yeah. Why not?
Oh, the oranges and yellows are in, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, 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 wow. Pigment splatter, or what, let me see. Just Z-Man is saying, Jake are battling Larry the Cable Guy. Oh, the roasts are real already.
Larry the Cable Guy.
Who the hell was that?
I guess that must be an insult about mine. Nah. He's not battling Larry the Cable Guy.
He's battling Cat Black. This is Cat Black. How are you today? Soul Dog.
gotta get some paint on that canvas. Come on, Soul Dog.
Pigment splatter is saying somebody left till the day before. And everything Banik is saying Java oranges.
Yeah, it's not really dyed. The eyebrows aren't. Yeah,
Is that a brand of oranges over there? Java? Java?
diapers, all right? Which means before you were born.
I need to look that up.
No, I just found out.
Everything Banik is saying, yep, the
Yesterday.
best.
Just found out yesterday that my opponent watches all my stuff.
Yep, have been since day one.
It's a biscuit crust with a cake. Is that what a Java orange is? Pigment splatter always talking about the damn biscuits. Charlotte is saying, question for both. What technique you still want to learn?
All of them.
Color.
What technique do I still want to learn? All of them. Like, seriously, when I say that too, because I like to dabble with a lot of different stuff, and like sometimes I like to do freehand, and then I learned how to do photorealism, and then after I learned how to do photorealism, I realized I was kind of dead end. No offense to anybody, I can do it, but I just put it this way. I've been talking to Tim. I don't know if you guys ever watched Tim, but he's a pretty awesome artist. Does a lot of work with inks. Tim's a classical artist. I was telling him, you know, I sell a bit of work,
Yeah.
and I've got a lot of photorealistic pieces laying around my house, man. Like, if you want to come over here and like go through my stuff, I probably have 100 paintings stacked on shelves.
Alright, is that an invitation?
That's
Is
never
that an
sold.
invitation for everybody in the chat also? So that,
Right?
No, dude, my house is like an open door. Anybody pretty much welcome all the time. Unless you do something wrong to me, I'm a pretty.
so how long are you guys airbrushing for?
Five
Looks
years
like
here.
almost 40 minutes. It looks like, according to the clock. I haven't been airbrushing for 2 years yet. I think July or August will be 2 years for me.
So Bill, how long are you airbrushing for? 700 years?
5 years.
5 years?
That's when I first started. I didn't do painting. I didn't do drawing. I didn't do anything until 5
So
years.
how did you, what was your first introduction to airbrush, to the airbrush then?
I wanted to learn how to, I wanted to paint some stencils on some helmets for a project I was working on. So I bought one of them cheap Harbor Freight airbrushes. You guys that are not in the States probably don't know what Harbor Freight is. It's like a $12 airbrush, bottle feeder. It's like the bottom of the barrel. It's like the worst airbrush you can buy almost. And So since I couldn't figure out how to do anything with it, I got online and started watching some videos trying to just figure out a little bit about paints and stuff like that. So because all I wanted to do was paint some stencil work on some little helmets. And so yeah, so I started watching some videos and on airbrushing and decided I would try. So I started with that, doing like that, and then I started watching some videos and stuff. And then I ran across Airbrush Tutor and
old dog in the business.
And I ran across Airbrush Tutor stuff and then started watching a little bit of his stuff, and then I joined the Orange Airbrush forum. And then I was able to talk to him on the forum because he was real active 5 years ago. And I was able to talk to him, and then he told me that I could learn how to do art, and I was stupid enough to believe him. So I started doing this crap, and
almost famous.
So then I started watching a lot of brush painters and learning how brush painting techniques work, oils and acrylics and stuff like that. And so that just really helped my art. And then I started learning color theory and all that cool stuff. And now I'm incorporating, I'm trying to work on I got my own little vibe and technique going. I mean, I still mimic a lot of other artists, styles and work, but I have my own specific way I work on things depending on what I'm working on.
Airbrushing by Nick is saying, I'm a user on the Orange forum, and his name is Tough Nuts.
Oh yeah, I know who Tough Nuts is.
Yeah, I was on the Orange forum also for a long time, but suddenly my account was blank for some reason. I don't know what happened. But that was a positive place, that website, when it was really active.
Oh yeah. And it's still a fairly positive place. It's just not near as active as it used to be, and I just don't get on there like I used to. But yeah, I like to study all the different styles. Like I'll do stuff, like I can do some scratch and erase, but I also like to do stuff where I'm going layering white on top of things. And I don't think there's any particular one best way to do anything.
Yeah, true. Everybody got his own method in the end, no?
And I like to mix them. Sometimes it depends on what my mood is and how I do it. Sometimes I don't feel like doing any, of this style of painting. I'm gonna do this, and then sometimes I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna do this all white on, white over, even though it's probably more accurate to scratch and erase. I'd just rather, deal with the color shift and, because that can be faster.
BrushStrokez, did you add a tutorial or also started with teaching on your own with YouTube videos and stuff like that?
That's how I learned everything.
What was
reading YouTube, and I rented a bunch of the DVDs on Coast Airbrush.
So what was for you the first time that you was introduced to the airbrush?
When I was younger, my dad's friend had one, and I got to use it a few times, and I really liked it, and then never had one, so never got into it, I guess, until 20 years later.
So what was your guys' favorite YouTuber or best tutorial on the YouTube?
Bulldog, duh.
I was in too late though.
No, why not?
Mine was Ed Hobbs. He's a legend.
Yeah, he's good. I don't know, I watch everybody's. See.
Well, from a standpoint of who had the best tutorials that I learned the most from, without a doubt, it was Airbrush Peter Mitch.
Yeah.
From a standpoint of what I learned the most from.
Pretty good.
But you know, I mean, he's not making any more videos. So if he had like 10,000 videos, I would probably sit down and watch every last one of them.
Airbrushing ben ik is saying that mic has gone next door again. Really? Is the mic, I don't know what's up with my mic, brother. I cannot help that. I cannot help that at all. Chili is saying the best thing about art is there are no rules and no limits. There you go.
Yeah.
The mic is good, the music is a bit loud. Alright. Bam.
Looks like there's some browns in that eye. Go dig up some.
Yeah, I think Mitch is doing like that you can pay for his classes. I think he's still doing videos though, but not like on.
He is, but it's he does have a class going.
Yeah, Pigment Splatter is also saying like Mitch must be the most watched. He's made a new tutorial DVD. Yeah, exactly. He's still in the game though. For sure.
I don't know that he's the most. I mean, he's not the most watched. You know, ironically, y'all would laugh if I told you this. The most watched airbrush video on YouTube has nothing to do with art. It's Gundam models.
Yeah, it is a different world, but it is airbrush. It is airbrush.
But it's not like airbrushing art techniques. It's airbrushing models.
It has its own techniques and tricks though. It is something else. Same goes for body painting and all that, and food airbrush.
Oh yeah, it's all. It's a form of art, but it's not like how to do this kind of art. I mean, there's a total difference between painting models and painting this. Can't understand a word you're saying there.
Right.
Oh, me?
Yeah, you. I don't understand.
I can learn you all the words you want, brother. Gewoon Nederlands praten, dat is alles wat je nodig hebt hier. Dan kom je het heel ver mee. Dan ga je het gewoon redden, ja toch? Simple as that, bro.
Yeah, bless you.
Simple as that, he said.
Pigment Splatter saying, what got you started, Sword? What got me started? Oh, when it comes to airbrushing. That is a long time ago, in a past life.
Long time ago.
I started with one introduction lesson, and yeah, well, I found one in an article. It was like an airbrush was giving courses, and I did one course, one introduction course, and then it was like, all right, I'm gonna do this the rest of my life and become a multi-millionaire. and then I laughed at myself and cried in a corner, but I still am airbrushing my everyday though. Ain't no millionaire, but
Gonna become a millionaire, huh?
it will be something.
No. About doing what you love.
There you go.
It's possible.
Yeah. BrushStrokez, when are you gonna start your
The screen, that color
own
looks all wrong.
YouTube channel?
I don't know if I'm going to. That's a lot of work.
It is a lot of
It
work.
is good advertisement, brother.
Yeah.
Even kijken. Is that a glass fiber pencil, brother?
Yes, it is.
Oh yeah. Bringing them tools in.
Ooh. Use an eraser, huh?
Charlotte is saying it's starting to look really fiery. You guys are on fire. There you go.
Yeah, well, what would be really cool is if I had actually done a complete sketch where I won't have to try to look and pay attention.
Excuses, brother. Excuses.
That would have been
Come on.
awesome.
Are you starting with the excuses already? I am.
Right?
No,
Are you?
you don't talk to me about excuses. I can't give my airbrush to spray.
That is in the past, brother. That is in the past.
Yeah, leave the past in the past. So, dog. So, dog, why did you pick this image?
It was all new, his fault, from what I've heard.
It was what?
Yeah, the image was new. That was new, his fault. That image, no?
Whose fault this time?
New?
Who were we blaming?
The blue girl image. The reference picture was
The blue girl is responsible for...
no. New was responsible for the blue girl, right?
Now, I'm not talking about the blue girl. That's past. Past. I'm talking about this one.
Oh, like so. BrushStrokez chose this one. No, it was also new. New also did choose this one. He is the official reference picture chooser.
Reference picture user.
I gave people a chance to post pictures on my site, what they wanted to see us paint.
Awesome.
But a lot of people kept sending skulls.
Yeah, we did 2 skulls already. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man,
Airtop is in the building, right? And he's saying,
if y'all noticed,
Hey
I
guys,
haven't done a
looking
regular
good.
skull on my YouTube yet, even though I know it will get 10 times the views. I'm like, how many skulls can you see done? I mean, I can take you to 1,000. You know, sometimes I just don't understand people.
so chat, what do you guys want to see like in future battles? What is the picture that you guys want to see? I think real flames would be something else. True fire. That would separate the sheep from the goats. That's cool. Again, brother.
Who is that?
That is pigment splatter. Awesome name, dude. It's gonna be an entire collection of skulls.
Yeah, I don't think I got a. I'm looking on the screen on the YouTube, and it looks like my picture looks dull right there.
No, BrushStrokez is just way better, brother. Come on.
Yeah, I think I need to change some lighting. That's what I'm saying.
Everything but Nick is saying a Galaxy. Alright, a Galaxy. That is...
Galaxies are easy, man.
We never done a Galaxy in the bells, so that is awesome. A skull eating a biscuit. That could be the money maker. What kind of biscuit? Pigment splatter. What is Duto? Airbrushing by Nick is saying, turn off your black light.
I should turn it on.
Do you have a black light also? Jeez, everybody got a black light. Need to buy a new one. I don't know why they call that black light if that light is not black though. It is purple, right?
Right?
Actually, that's just a tint you see. You don't actually see what causes the UV.
Alright.
You don't see any of what causes the UV.
Airthought is saying, once again, I'm on here rather than what I should be not doing. Quote of
What I should be not doing? Oh, how much time we got left? We're an hour in. I was trying to pull up my picture and look and see what I'm looking at.
Hey, I thought I saw that piece that you are doing on a tank. And yo, you got skills, brother. You should do a live airbrush battle. That would be hella fun. Airthought versus Drew. I'm up for that.
I think Mike's brush needs to do an airbrush battle. He's a famous airbrusher.
Mike? Oh,
Mike's brush.
I don't know who that is though.
Mike's brush.
He's got a channel. You can go watch his videos.
He's got a fairly popular channel.
He's got a ton of videos.
I ain't scared. I've seen his channel.
I will contact him.
Yeah.
I will contact him. I thought the same.
Anything but t-shirts,
I'm
tell
not
him.
doing anything on a tank. I thought it was you, brother. I saw a picture. Did you respond then to that picture or something? I thought you did that piece. Like it was pretty realistic also. Black and white. Pigment splatter is saying, I think Nick should do a battle. Yeah, I agree. But Nick is a serious airbrusher. He is really good.
Sounds like you're scared, Soldog.
Yeah, he is really grinding it though. He's putting a video up every day. That is not human. That is, yeah, I'm scared. I ain't gonna lie. He did a Freddy Krueger piece. Jesus Christ, that is awesome piece.
Yeah, but that's because he's airbrushing all day.
Yeah, and he's really good at it.
I'm not saying he's not good at it. I'm just saying that's why he's putting out videos, because he's working. Damn it. Stay still.
1 hour remaining.
He is in the groove right now. He is in the groove.
I have to. I keep having to battle all these all-stars and legends. I'm just a rookie here. I was looking forward to battling Cat.
Yeah, that was the plan.
Oh, so what you're saying is Cat's not very good.
That was the plan, but apparently the battles are way too intense. I don't know what's up. I don't know why.
He's a chicken.
Aye. It's airbrushing, but Nick is saying aye, gentlemen.
That's what he sees, huh?
Switching to a micron, brother.
No, this ain't a
Looks
micron.
like a micron, man. Side cup,
There's a side cup of clip.
Eclipse. Oh, they got that one in a side cup also.
Yep. I've got an eclipse in every style.
Jesus Christ. Yeah.
Somebody's back, but
Yeah.
that don't sound too good. You all
Go
right
back,
there,
bro.
BrushStrokez?
Yeah, bad launch, I guess.
I see you covered over that little white spot in the eye too there, BrushStrokez. You planning on going back over it with white and let the blue shift take over?
Huh? Oh, yeah. Because it's actually blue in the picture.
Yep, that's exactly what I was going to do.
Reflecting off of. Reflecting
Come
off
back
the
and white
green.
over it.
Pigment Splatter saying who tortured the mouse.
What's that?
He's saying who is torturing the mouse.
that was me.
Cheeky Chichula saying you're both doing really good, but I've got to go. Catch you next time. I'm not chicken, just lots on. I will be battling you in the near future, BrushStrokez.
Alright, sounds good.
She's saying bye. Hey, thanks for watching,
Okay.
Cheeky. And have a good one.
See ya, cat.
I was looking forward to that battle with Cat and BrushStrokez.
I was too. I was like, man, I won't have to paint nothing. I can just sit back and make fun of people. Which is like, that's my biggest hobby, just so y'all know. My biggest hobby is making fun of people. It's like what I do.
Where's my brother at?
Yeah, I was.
And see, the thing is, now I'm half crippled and disabled, so people can't whip my tail. So it's just when I was younger, I was pretty much a badass, and people were like, all right, well, we'll just put up with them. And now people are like, well, we can't go beating up on a crippled old man. So,
And with that accent, brother, yeah, I understand completely.
So yeah. So now I get away with it because I'm, all jacked up, crippled up. I ain't crippled up. Don't feel sorry for me.
Yeah, you had a car accident or something? That was.
Yeah, I had technically wasn't a car accident, but yeah, I got hurt pretty bad.
What is the stencil, Leon?
That's the Gerald Mendez mini texture effect stencil. I just love. I just use it.
I heard.
I've got my own. that I've made, a bunch of texture effect stencils of my own that I made. But this one, I just like it. I just, you know.
Is that a good texture? Is that a good one for skin effect also? That one?
No, I never use it for skin effect, but he's got a couple others. I mean, Drew Blair's texture stencils are great. They're outrageously priced, if you ask me. I've got some I've made of my own. Like, if you were to go to my channel, like, I make all my own. Like, this one.
What is your channel, brother? Do tell.
This one, Microdot, W. Leon Artistry. All I gotta do is look at my name. So, yeah. Like, but yeah, I make all my own with burner and mylar. So, and because I don't use any like regular stencils. So the only stencils I use are texture stencils. It's a rare case to see me pick up a stencil for anything. Other than texture.
I thought the same. You can feel sorry for me. I have a CP. I have CP. Is that the what is that? Is that a disease or something?
Cerebral.
I don't know what it is, brother. And Nick is saying, gotta be careful because they are cardboard. The Drew templates, or how do you call those templates?
No, the Drew ones are
Mendes.
Oh, not.
Yeah, the Drew stencils are really nice. I mean, there's nothing wrong with them. They're expensive. So, you know, you just know that they are. Now, the Mendes stencils they are pretty fragile.
So how is that with those stencils if you spray with thinners or lacquer thinners? Thinners, it is on, you call them like that, right, in America? Lacquer? Like what, the same stuff that, or solvent?
With
solvents, yeah.
Yeah, they don't hold up all that great.
Aye.
Right about now, I'm wishing I had gotten all my sketch in so I could just be going to town with this stuff.
The paint spray helps make them then last a lot longer. I don't understand why he's not choosing for Mylar or something, or like proper material.
They're very, very extraordinarily detailed.
Oh, maybe that's the reason.
Like, and that's why I don't make my own. Like, some of these holes are like, I don't know, you can see that, how small some of these holes really are.
Maybe that's not possible with Mylar then or something.
I think it is, but I think it is now that lasers are more.
I need a laser cutter.
But when he started making these, when he designed these stencils,
Hey, BrushStrokez.
I don't think they could have done it.
BrushStrokez, did you try out that 2K clear in a bottle?
No, I haven't.
I was really hoping for that. I'm wondering if that is some good shizzle met diesel. I
don't know.
What, the bottle?
Yeah, BrushStrokez, you bought like a 2K clear in a bottle.
From
spray gun.
Well, my only problem with it is $13 for 2 ounces is a lot.
Yeah. $11 or something, maybe.
Yeah, that's a lot for 2 ounces.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? I mean, I can get a quart for $60 of a decent 2K clear.
Did you guys ever sprayed with the clear, how is that name? Tomco.
No.
Oh, that clear is something else.
Yeah, looks awesome.
No comment.
Just talk about the Spray Max cans, brother. If you like. No problem at all.
Now, it's good clear. The Pamco's good clear.
So what is your opinion on the tempos then? The high speed ones?
I have not got to mess with the high speed, and it's probably awesome because their other clears are great. But you know, the high speed might be the bomb. But I think it just gets a lot of advertising that I don't necessarily think it. Their regular clears are not that much, you know, better than some of the local stuff that I use. And give me a choice, I'm gonna buy locally if I can, every time.
So what is the best clear you got locally over there?
Locally?
Yeah.
I mean, I have a PPG shop right down the road from my house. So,
Oh, I've heard about that brand. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I can get PPG, like drive over to the store, pick it up. I also am a real big fan of, I haven't used any in a while, but there's a brand called SPI here in the United States that a lot of people haven't really heard of, that has some amazing clear coats. So yeah, and you can order direct from them, and I really like their clears. They got one called the Universal Clear that is really freaking awesome.
Does that need to be thinned down also, or just a hardener, clear, and you can spray?
Well, you buy it in a kit anyway.
Yeah.
So you're always going to buy your clear you're always going to buy both parts of your clear. So now you can, and all clears can use a reducer. So really there's three components, because you're always going to need reducer. Almost always going to need reducer, I should say.
So how do you buff small objects after clearing? What is your approach? Just by hand, or do you have a small machine for that or something? For the polishing?
By hand if it's real small. Like I used to do some cups, but I really don't fool with them anymore. I just didn't like doing them. You just see what color that is. Not a huge fan of doing real small items.
Do you guys know Warhammer? Like that, those models also?
I don't, but
Yeah.
I don't do a lot of that. I've done some. I'm going to be doing some more. One of my buddies is getting ready to start doing some Gundam models and everything. So he's never airbrushed a day in his life. So next week he's going to be coming over, and I'm going to get him started airbrushing. So I'll be doing some more Gundam stuff. But that's the kind of stuff, actually, that's why I got an airbrush, was that kind of, thing is, smaller pieces like that. That's all I really wanted to do with an airbrush. So I've done some of it.
There is a lot of good money to earn in that business. Models and 3D characters and stuff like that. But it is like a bit of factory work, you gotta do like the same a lot of times.
Yep.
BrushStrokez, can you move your camera a little bit? A little, yeah, a bit to the right, I think, from your side. Yeah. Hey Brush, you sprayed with that new paint of spray gunner, right? That Chroma Air or something was the name for that?
Yeah, I have. I tried it.
What is your product review on it?
Not too bad. Spray is really good. Like it's like the pigment in the paint is really fine and broke down, so it's really good coverage. And being that it's acrylic urethane, it dries super fast and it's hard fast.
Oh, it is a mix between
nice.
urethane and water-based.
Yeah. So it's
a little bit like Outerborn. Like that.
Yeah.
So it would be
Or
very
just
similar to
added
the...
40-30 basically too.
Yes, it would be like the 40-30, which is what the auto airline is going to move to.
Oh.
The question is, how stable is it? To me.
William How is saying, I use a vinyl cutter to make stencils, works great, cheap dollar store plastic dividers as a material, no problem with solvents. Yeah.
Yep. That's what I do.
Airbrushing by Nick is saying, try a bit of overhead projector acetate. Cheap and easy to cut out.
Acetate.
I don't know what it is.
Acetate is what he's trying to say.
Is that a plastic or something?
Yeah, acetate is going to be very similar to the stuff that Nick was talking about.
Packet, not pit. Oh, all right.
It's a very thin plastic, and it's made for it's clear. That's what he was talking about. It's made for overhead projectors, old school overhead projectors for schools. Also, X-ray film works really well. But the notebook divider he's talking about, yeah, you can get that really cheap, and it cuts really, really easy. I've used some of that.
Mylar is pretty cheap.
Yeah, I mean, I do Mylar because it's thicker, and I don't really use my cutter to cut stencils, ironically.
So what kind of cutters do you guys have?
I've got a Cameo, so.
I have a 31-inch Vinyl Express.
I've got the Silhouette Cameo. But I heard a lot of good stories about the Roland cutters.
Oh yeah, if you got the money and you got a use for doing a lot of vinyl cutting.
That's basically what mine is.
Creek cut. William Howe saying creek cut. That is also a plotter. Creek cut.
Cricket. Try cut.
The ultimate cutting machine. Is it from Germany? Pigment Splatter is saying, or Airbrushing by Nick is saying Cameo. Yeah. Use it sometimes, not often. Alright, that's better. And Pigment is saying, I use an X-Acto number 11.
Right.
11, brother? I'm using the 9.
Yeah, X-Acto. I use that a bit.
9, huh? What's that? Is that a curve one?
No. straight. William Hall Exacto works good too. Everything but Nick is saying I have no 12 blades. I have no 12 blades that don't fit properly. 12 what does the 11 look like then? Didn't even know there was an 11 one.
11 is your normal.
Probably one.
That's an 11.
Well, can you? Yeah, that looks like the 9, right? It's almost, yeah, almost the same like the 9. Gerald Mendes is using like a knife that twists when you cut.
He's using a swivel cutter now, yeah.
360.
I had one and it disappeared.
That is a pretty good tool to do curves. Number 12 is a bit broader. Oh. Everything but Nick is saying, just going for number 2 back in a minute. Alright, brother.
I didn't need to know about that.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Push hard.
Hope everything comes out okay.
William Hall is saying, Nick, I just saw some of your work from your channel. Mad skills. He's really good at airbrushing.
Got some long videos.
You draw me in, and I can't slow down. No, can you feel it too? There ain't no stopping now.
I plan on getting back there when I have a little bit of time. I saw a couple of them went by.
You in my vision, directly we collide. You pull me in, I don't resist. Time seems to fly, but the clock doesn't tick. I crash into you, we both feel the hit. We both feel the way that our chemicals mix, and I wish that. Just keep my eyes shut. Maybe this time you'll be enough.
Kijk.
Crash, hit, mix.
Hoe zijn de levels? Alleen misschien?
think I'm just gonna have to make up my own textures up here because I didn't make a sketch.
Again with the excuses, Leon. Come on now, brother.
What's an excuse? I'm saying I'm just gonna have to make up some.
Alright.
You see, I'm putting little, pretending like they're alligator stencil or textures. Alligator-ish, dragonish. I'm just. Oh, and we had a blowout. Look at that ugly blowout. What am I gonna do now? I quit. Done. Can't fix that, right?
Nope, impossible.
Nope. Winner.
Chicken dinner. I'm gonna vote on BrushStrokez. I already know that. Just because the last time Leon won, and I need to have some sort of payback.
Just because he's still butthurt to get
Yes.
whipped up on. I tried to take it easy on you, dude. I really
God
did try
damn.
to go just as slow and easy as I could.
I cried for 7 years, brother. Can you imagine? It's been 14 days. It's crazy.
I did went as slow as I could, like holding back
Yeah.
the whole time. I didn't even start painting until the last hour, really.
You mud.
I didn't want you to feel too bad.
Yeah. BrushStrokez, please whoop his ass for me, brother.
I'll try.
But I can say I'm undefeated.
That's true. Let's see at the chat. Oh. Go to Airbrush.
Go to Airbrush, somebody asked. Whichever one's clean. I'm going to get some coffee. I'll be right back.
Krios.
31 minutes left.
Oh, the go to Airbrush. I would say Awara. Yeah. Or the harder and Steam Deck.
Krios.
Yeah. There's nothing else than the Krios is for you, eh, brother? Jesus. Our entire family of Krios is over there, brother. Yeah. What?
Yeah, my go-to airbrush is Steel and Awada clips pretty much always. It's and ironically, an HPCF. And ironically, I don't have one in here. Not even have one in the room right now with me.
Where is it then, brother?
Both of them are in the kitchen soaking.
Do you have like those airbrush cleaner things?
Yeah, just in some fantastic, which works great for cleaning airbrushes. I still don't necessarily go with Ryan's idea that it's good for thinner, but hey, everybody to their own, I guess.
Pigment Splatter is saying HNS, the Hard and Steam Deck, German brand airbrushes. Yeah, awesome. That was my first.
They're good airbrushes. I didn't get along with the trigger real well because they have just a slight delay with them.
Yeah, it is.
It drove me absolutely nuts.
Some people love that though. Some people love it. Some people.
Yeah, some people don't. It don't bother them at all. And if it doesn't bother you, they're a great airbrush. I love their nozzle design.
I agree.
Man,
yeah.
You know, you can drop the nozzle off that and put it back together so easy. I mean, my clips is easy, but that H&S is just. I mean, it ain't no easier.
Chinny is saying crazy cool. Love them both. There you go, Chinny.
Yeah, I would never knock on an H&S. There's some awesome airbrushes. I just didn't get along with the trigger. I do kind of wonder, you know, like the Ultra I don't understand why they won't put chrome plating on their cheap airbrush. But then again, that's the only way they can differentiate.
Yeah, Artistry also has like a aluminium version, or how you, that is not how you say
Yeah,
it.
the AL.
Yeah, yeah.
Aluminum.
We say that aluminium.
Yeah, I've been able to spray with an AL and Infinity.
That thing is light as a feather. Gee, it's not even fun anymore. It's so light, that airbrush, you can almost not feel it. Arthur is saying, keep it up, guys.
No, I can only go so far because I haven't written a sketch in here and I want to make sure I don't screw up the proportions. So
Excuses.
I'm only going to go to this part.
Excuses, once again.
Yup. You don't have to make excuses when you win. I mean,
Oh.
like I said, I'm undefeated, so it's not excuses if you're winning. How does Kid Rock say? You say I'm cocky, and I say what? It ain't bragging, you know. It's just CG. It ain't bragging, MFer, if you can back it up.
True. Pigment splatter, the ultra harder and Steelback is ook, but it's best without the needle guard. Yeah, almost every airbrush is best without the needle guard.
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't even know why the hell. Yeah, there is a reason
Yeah,
behind it.
they might as well just
For
take them off the
transportation.
factory. I wish they'd give me a discount.
What they should
all I
do,
do-
they should do like that it is magnetic instead of that you have to screw it on every damn time. Chinny is
Yeah, there
saying,
is that.
Chinny is saying the Sotar 20/20 by Badger. Oh, feels like a pencil. Alright. Badger. William Hall saying,
Anybody wants to buy one? I got one right there.
what is the price?
I don't know. Cheap.
$700.
Now they're not expensive.
William Hall saying,
I'm not a
2014.
fan. I don't like them, and they're not a bad airbrush. For one, I realize I generally like smaller airbrush to an extent, but that Sotar is so small. It's too small for me.
William Hall is saying can afford one, and I think that's about the Sotar, but very nice. Use a Badger Velocity mostly. Works great for the money. Wanna try the Procon boy? Hear a lot of good things. That is your department brush.
That's Creos. They are awesome. That's about all I use now.
If they would come up with a feed cup or a
Yeah.
side feed,
Yeah, the side feed. I'm waiting for a Creos with a side feed.
oh, I messed with them and I talked to them and they were like, we don't have any plans. And I'm like, man, y'all need to get some plans. I was like, because I would have bought, I'm like, I know people that'll buy them and I'm like, I would literally pay, if you were to come out with a side feed, I would have that's when they were selling for $175 for the PS 7070. I said, if y'all would take the Mac valve off it and make a side feed airbrush, I said, I would buy 3 of them for $250 a day.
Ooh, yeah. Pigment splatter is saying I put a crown on it and it's still collected.
So yeah, after I get done here, I'm going to Mike's Brush's channel and telling him he's a coward to be in his own battle.
Yeah.
Right.
That's cool. That'll give me some publicity.
It is easy to talk the talk, but walk the walk is something else.
Be like, hey, dude, come show us how it's done, man.
I was seen by Nick saying put 2 cups on your CMSB. Yes, I did that, and that is crazy stuff. That is a awesome trick.
Oh, you can put 2 cups on it?
Put 2 cups on it?
Yeah,
Never thought.
yeah, on both
What does
sides.
that do?
Yeah, that will, if you put green on one and yellow on the other, you get like a green-yellow Fade. Yeah, this you should try that out. It's crazy.
I would never have even thought about it. I mean, it just never would have even crossed my mind.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That Nick has that crazy airbrush knowledge. He should really do it better. And if you put a bigger cup on one side and a smaller cup on the other, you get a delay. So that you get one color first and then the other color is going after that. Mickey Mouse is at it again.
Yeah.
So how are you guys feeling in this battle? Is it going well? Or you do tell?
Well, I'm afraid to say anything. You just say I'm making excuses.
That's an excuse.
Ah, burn!
Yeah, exactly. Alright. It'd be okay. Some people have had 2 weeks to prepare for this battle.
Yeah, right. When did you pick this out, Souldog? The picture? 2 days?
No, yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday. So I prepared for this like this morning. That's the only.
I didn't even get up this morning, so go figure.
Excuses.
I was thinking the same thing.
What's that?
I said excuses.
Pigment is saying, Solo, did you get some of that solvent I mentioned? You need to help me out, brother. Oh, the 2 Banatunolo, the reducer thing. 2 Banatulo, I don't even know how to say that name. That chemical name of the reducer, of Gradex reducer.
Butoxyethanol 2.
Jesus. How do you say that?
Butoxyethanol 2 is what the 4012 main active ingredient is.
Exactly that one. I was searching for that.
2-butoxyethanol. Yeah. Technically, it's actually 2 before the butoxyethanol, but that's what it's made out of. That's the active ingredient, the main active ingredient.
Yeah, of the reducer.
Why people think Windex works, because it's the same. Windex and most cleaners have butoxyethanol.
Yeah, I noticed that. Yeah, I was looking for that for a long time because those reducers are. I spend more on the reducer than on the paints.
Yeah, they're telling me that the reducers are kind of expensive for y'all over there.
Yeah, like but the same as a normal paint bottle.
Well, they are the same as a normal paint bottle, here. But when you get up into quarts, it starts scaling a lot better. But Neil was telling me it's like, I don't remember what Neil told me. I pay like under $30 for a quart.
Yeah, Neil sent me a link with pure $2 that stuff, and
that's how I buy mine. I mean, I have. Plus, you get it in kits from time to time, so I've always got reducer. Ooh, those are some bright and vibrant colors you got going on there, BrushStrokez.
It looks way different on the screen.
Oh, he's going fluorescent on me, isn't he?
This is Viridian. I don't know why it looks like.
Looks like blue.
It looks like.
It looks like blue. Cerulean.
It's like I'm looking at my eye, and it looks like my eye's gone kind of brown. I'm like, it's not that dark. So Probably Soul Dog's crappy feed here.
Excuses, brother. Airbrushing, but Nick is saying I use the best of water. Yeah. Nah, I would never use water to reduce illustration colors. I would never do that, brother. Pigment Splatter is saying BrushStrokez is going for it this week.
How much was the E-Tax over there?
A little bit cheaper than the illustrations.
Well, see, that's funny because they're more expensive here, and they're made here.
Yeah, that's maybe import-export thing. I don't know. But you can reduce ETAC with water. That is.
Or are you using the private stock or the Edwards effect?
Yeah, the Edward FX, and also the Marissa paint.
Yeah, well, Marissa's not painting with it no more, so.
No, I think the deal was closed or something like that. She's using inks right now, Holbein inks, crazy stuff.
Yeah, she's using inks and then Holbein and Opaque.
Yeah, I have those inks and they are so incredibly vibrant. It's unbelievable. But inks are very sticky in the airbrush, I noticed.
Well, inks are vibrant. And if I didn't do like any automotive stuff, you know, it'd be different. So, I mean, that's my thing is, I do so much different stuff. Like I might do this, and then next week be painting the motorcycle, and then next week, then I'll be painting on canvas, and then I'm painting on, paper. So, and I like that. I like to change up and do different things. So, the only reason I stick with Createx is because of the compatibility between all my different products.
Yeah, I agree on that. Yeah.
E-Tac's great. E-Tac's an awesome illustration paint. But you know what? I tell you what, I used to use ComArt a lot, and I think they're the most underrated for an illustration paint. If you're going to work on like gesso board or paper or anything like that, you can't get anything that's going to flow better than Edward, Expect, and ComArt. Yeah. I mean, they flow so. Chip dry is a thing of the past with them.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
But
pros and cons.
I would never use the EFX on a hard surface.
It is possible though. I did a skateboard with E-Tac only. Clear coated enough. But E-Tac is very easy to erase also with just your finger and stuff. It is not that strong.
Right.
That is the problem with E-Tac. So you need to be careful all the time, and that is not a good thing from time to time.
Well, that's why I say I wouldn't use it on a,
let me see.
Because if I'm doing like a bike or a bike helmet or something, I got my hands all over it constantly.
Let me see. Archangel Arts, legend. That has been a while, brother. Welcome to the stream. And he's saying I use windscreen Viper fluid as reducer here in Sweden.
Welcome.
Over here, all the windscreen, that stuff what you use.
Window lean, as y'all call it.
We use that. It's always blue over here, and there is never a transparent version. It's always blue.
Yeah, it's blue here too.
Yeah. I don't know if that is also noticeable when you use that as a reducer with illustration paint.
Nope.
All right.
It doesn't show up, but.
Carbon screen.
There is a residue that comes with that. So you gotta be careful.
Yeah, Pigment Splatter was saying like you can just order one big ass bottle with only that tube, that chemical name, and then do 10% with 90% of water.
Yeah, that's what Neil's doing. Yeah, Neil talked to me about it when we were getting ready to do it.
I think that's basically the same as reducer. Is the same, I think.
It is.
Yeah.
And it's very economical. I consider doing it. It's funny because I looked at doing it a long time ago, but then once I could get quart-sized bottles of the 4012, it just wasn't worth my time that much. But I looked in it. My brother-in-law is a chemical engineer, and he used to work for Sherwin-Williams. So, you know, I talked to him a lot about doing some of that stuff, and you know, to make sure I knew that I wasn't just like guessing
So,
on what works, what doesn't work.
so Bill, would you say like if you buy like the pure tube, that how do you got it? Butanol stuff, and you put water in it, you got like basically reducer.
Oh yeah, yes, it works just fine, and I've done it.
Alright.
So, and I tested it, but it's harder for me to get butoxyethanol here than it is for me to get the liquid reducer. And like I said, I'm not paying, even though you know, I'm paying about the same as you guys are for paint. For some reason, the reducer doesn't cost me near as much as it's costing y'all. So
You go get it at Hobby Lobby.
So buying it by the quarts, I mean, it just makes it easy for me. And I'm always buying paint, so it's easy for me to just add a quart of reducer to my order when I need to. Usually what I do for my reducer is every time I do like a motorcycle or something,
Yeah.
because you got to do a lot of reducing. For your spray guns, you go through a lot of paint with base coats. So if I'm doing something like that, I'll usually buy, you know, a full quart, and I usually wind up not using a quart, so I've got leftover.
Hey, BrushStrokez, do you use a lot of reducer in the illustration colors?
Yeah, I do. I'm usually over-reduced.
But I mean, it depends on what you're painting. Like if I'm painting, you know, big, and I don't reduce my paints as much, so I'm not using as much reducer. But if I'm painting small, then yeah, I'm reducing a lot.
Yeah, the Createx illustration line is made by Drew, right? And I've heard that he doesn't use reducer at all, or barely.
Well, it's not made by him, but
Yeah,
the spec was originally his. It's not the same as his original spec. As a matter of fact, there was just a conversation about that. That one of his in the box kits wasn't working out. The colors weren't working out, and they asked Drew about it, and then Drew went and found out that the burnt sienna is not the same mix as it used to be. Which I could have told him that without ever, you know, without him telling me. I could have already told you it's not the same. Which is kind of disappointing that some of the color lines have changed a little bit. Because Createx illustration is not a cheap paint.
no, I agree on that one.
There's way too much variables, and I'm not knocking Createx because I use a lot of their products, but there are times I'm like, man, the consistency is really not what it should be. And you know, the thing is unlike these guys get paid, I'm not afraid to say it. Like I called out 40-30, you know, all the bad bottles of 40-30, and people were like, you know, they want to kick me out for saying the truth. I mean, you know, hey, look, I know 100 people who've gotten bad bottles of 40-30.
Yeah, the first generation of the 40-30 was way better than what they have now. It's way thicker right now.
10 minutes remaining.
So what do you use as an intercoat then? Do you use something else or the 40-30?
I use 40-30 for certain things, but if I'm doing candies on a small scale, 40-30 I use it if I'm doing spray brush or, you know, brush work with my spray guns. I use it and it flows fine, but I don't even hardly use it in my airbrush. Hardly at all. If I'm gonna do candy on a small scale, I use illustration base, which I have a lot left over because I never use it in any of my colors. So I've got lots of illustration base from all the kits I bought.
Archangel Art is saying I was blown away by how far you can reduce wicked colors. I once had 200% reduced paint that I poured out from the cup and it just filled it up with reduced. Yeah, wickets
Oh yeah,
are so thick.
Wicked can be reduced way more than illustration.
Pigment splatter,
And-
same. The illustration base for it is different than the other Creatix products.
The problem with reducing illustration, the way you could reduce Wicked is it'll start cutting the paint away. So like if you reduce illustration too far and you start painting, get in there real tight, what'll happen is the reducer will start eating away the paint that you've already put in.
I did
And that can be a big problem.
I did that the other day. Right here.
Yeah, because you're...
So how many minutes we got? We got 8 minutes left. I guess I can do some work still.
Oh, that piece is awesome, bro. What is that? Is it like that the paint just reactivates or something with the reducer? That you put too much reducer?
Yeah, I mean, and it's designed to do that. So, you know, there's really nothing you can complain about. I mean, that's what it's supposed to do. So complaining about it really is kind of, you know, pointless. But yeah, Wicked, you can. I've gone 10-to-1 on Wicked. 10 parts reducer, 1 part paint.
Wickets are very good for a base, as a base. Or murals also. But Wickets through a micron, that is tough.
Yeah, you if you're gonna use Wicked like that, you want to mix it in a separate cup first, and then then put it in your airbrush, and it'll be fine. Mix it and let it set. I don't paint like that. I don't like to paint like that, which is probably the only reason I hardly ever use my. Why I don't use my Wicked as much as I used to.
There's Wicked and there's Wicked detail. The detail is intense. Yeah, the Wicked detail is... I need to try that out a bit more.
Yeah, if I use Wicked, I use detail only.
Is that...
Unless I'm planning on doing something with a spray.
Yeah, that's a bit of a transparent version of the Wickeds, right? The detail.
Well, it's not really transparent, but the pigments are sheared to a finer size, so it'll go through your micron a lot easier.
Unreduced also.
I wouldn't use it unreduced ever, but you know, if you can.
Archangel Arts is saying it will become extremely transparent black. Pigment splatter saying Bill moved me to the detail line and over reduced that. Archangel is saying Wicked detail is more finely ground up pigments. So it is really different than the normal Wickeds from what I've
Oh yeah, it's way different if you've never used the detail version. Now the coverage isn't as good, but you're not looking for coverage. You still get plenty of coverage for art. Like I said, if I'm going in a spray gun, it's a whole different ball of wax. But if I'm doing artwork, it's not going to be. Uh-oh.
Detail black is the blackest. Oh, alright. I use 5 drops reducer to 2 paint. Oh, detail black is the blackest. So there's not a lot of yellow in that. You can also make a black a little bit more blacker if you put a bit of blue in it, or a bit of violet.
My plunger's sticking.
get color shift to brown. What kind of surface is that BrushStrokez? Jupo? True?
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah. What are you using, Leon?
Terra Slate.
Is that a bit Is
So,
it also synthetic?
Yes, it is a synthetic. It's it holds the paint tighter than UPO does. Like for UPO, if I were to go like this with UPO,
Yeah.
it would mess up my painting.
All right. So you can mask it off and tape right now if you want to on the terrace tape.
Yep.
Oh, that's good to know.
Oh yeah.
That is the problem I had with the Jupo. I need to put an intercoat over it to tape. Terrace tape, eh? Knowledge indeed.
But I don't think you can get the UFO overseas or the Terra Slate overseas just yet. And it only comes up to 12 by 16 max size.
Alright. Inches. 12 by 16.
Yeah, 12 by 16 inches.
It was the wicked. Archangel saying it was the wicked detail black. I reduced like 30 to 1 or more, and I got it like smoke black. Oh, so there is a color in that black also. Chinny is saying both look awesome! Good vibes, good vibes. Very nice, very nice.
I should have made a video. I should have took a video of this while I'm doing it. Use it for my next.
I can give you this video.
Only 1 minute remaining.
One minute. 1 minute.
Say what?
Good. Now I'll be ready next week.
I hope you don't come with any excuses next week.
Even the dog is agreeing.
Nah, I think my dog's fixing to whip somebody's ass.
Archangel saying extremely transparent and it's still stuck on to this.
Airbrushes, please lay your airbrush down. The first half of this airbrush battle has been finished. It was a pleasure indeed. And let's find out what round 2 will bring us.
People that I know haven't even tried something start saying, well, this is what you need. And I'm like, how do you know? Well, you know, Createx said so. And I'm like, man, Createx has one job. Tell you as much crap as they can. And I don't dislike Createx as a company.
Brother,
I ain't taking
the timer is at 0, my friend. Yes.
0. Gotta give BrushStrokez little respite now.
Wow. Head is looking awesome. Yeah, brush is down, boys. Come on now. Awesome.
Not too bad for a pile of crap I'm just making up.
William Hall is saying both look good, guys. Looking forward to round 2. This shit was fun. And oh yeah. Airbrushing, but Nick is saying, oi! No minutes left. Take it off the next lot. And Pigment Splatter is saying, well done both of you. Next week should be as good, or maybe even better. Wow. How was the journey so far, boys? Do tell.
Not bad.
It was alright.
It was
alright. I'm not sure it's my best showing, but
I don't know why mine looks so fluorescent.
yeah, yours looks bright, super bright. Mine looks dull.
I don't know why. Doesn't look like that in person.
So yeah.
Let me see. Is the next one next weekend? Yes, Archangels. Same time, same place, same places.
Same that time, same that place.
And yeah, next time it's gonna be the second half. Yeah, Jimmy. Looking forward to the second half. Yeah, who doesn't? Airbrush and Badik is saying same ref, but two totally different. Interesting. Pigment Splatter is saying Cap make a great job of it this week.
Oh, thank you, Nick. Thank you.
Hey gentlemen, I'm gonna first off I want to thank you the airbrushes for joining this first round and not just be on point and just do it instead of saying that you want to do it and just do it. Just do it. And the chat, hey yo, thank you all for watching. And yeah, gentlemen, you can have your
Later.
Do you guys wanna do some shout outs or some advertisement, whatever you wanna do?
Shoot, they ain't paying me. I ain't advertising for nobody.
Jesus Christ, come on, brother.
Well, I want to thank all the chat, everybody that joined in and watched us. We appreciate that. And that's what we're doing it for, you fans. If you ever want to buy some of my artwork, you can head to my website, BrushStrokez with a Z on the end.com, and my Facebook page. Go follow that too if you go. That's BrushStrokez with a Z.
Chini is saying.
Yep.
Chini is saying, great job. Gotta go do my airbrush projects now. Respect to you both. And Charlotte Hendrickson is saying, thanks. It was really fun and learned a lot. Hey, that's always good. I just started airbrushing. Ooh, airbrush virgin. Alright, hey, thanks y'all. And round 2 is gonna be hella fun.
Yep. Better bring your A game next week. I'm gonna put it out next week.
Are you intimidated, BrushStrokez?
Not one bit.
Hey, thanks y'all, and I see you guys in the next live airbrush battle. It's gonna be the same time next week on the Sunday. Yeah, and I would say enjoy your day, night, midnight, day, night, and goodbye.
Keep those brushes stroking.
Bye.
Like that. put it on. Makeup. Yeah, it's not really dyed. The eyebrows aren't. Yeah, like these. I was listening to dubstep before a lot of you were wearing diapers, alright? Which means before you were born!
Live Airbrush.
You like that?
Battle.
Souldogairbush
Live Airbrush battle, yeah.
You like that, don't you? You like that, don't you? You like that, don't you? See, my eyebrows are even black. Have my aunt put it on. Makeup. Yeah, it's not really dyed. The eyebrows aren't. Yeah, like these. I was listening to dubstep before a lot of you were wearing diapers, alright? You like that, don't you?